I wanted to take a step away from Donald Trump and his band of misfits to talk about something else. I want to talk about Luigi Mangione. If you don't remember or you don't know who Luigi Mangione is, he is allegedly accused of taking the life of Brian Thompson, the former CEO of United Healthcare, on December 4th, 2024. Luigi Mangione and his defense attorneys are currently in court. Well, I don't know if they're still in court at the time of this recording, but they're in court here in New York State, arguing that the evidence that was obtained during his arrest was obtained illegally. The reason for that is if you get to see the video of Luigi Mangione in this McDonald's, he is sitting on a table in a booth. On one side, his back is against the wall, and his bag is on another table, maybe about 4 or 5 feet away from him. So there's no way he could get to the bag. When he was confronted, he was made to stand up, and they detained him. Keep that in mind, detained him. Then they began searching his bag and his person. So whatever he had on him and his bag, they began searching. That's where they found the alleged weapon, a 3D printed firearm that they believe was the weapon that caused the loss of life to Brian Thompson, and some other evidence. But the reason they're saying it was illegally obtained is because he was detained at the moment, and he was not met. There was a few things. One, they didn't have a search warrant. Second, there was no exigent circumstance. And if you don't know what that is, that means there was no immediate danger to the police or the public. And the Miranda rights were not read. Now, everybody's seen a show where they read the Miranda rights. If you're not familiar with it, I will try and give you a sample of it. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you will be provided one with the state. If you decide to speak to us without an attorney present, you waive the right to remain silent. Now, there was no exigent circumstance because Luigi Mangione could not get to that bag. He cooperated. He stood up. He was in handcuffs. They fucked up completely by not reading the search, by not having a search warrant, by not reading his Miranda rights, and by not having any exigent circumstance. Once they found what was in the bag and on his person is when he was arrested and then read the Miranda rights. I could tell you this happens a lot more than people understand. This happens a lot where the police fuck up and forget to do something. Now, while I don't condone what happened, I hope that the judge sides with the defense only for two reasons. One, it would be the right thing to do because the evidence was obtained illegally. And in my own opinion, I could give two shits about a motherfucker who decided to deny 35% of all claims that came into his fucking office when people needed health care. That does not mean that I condone what happened, but I don't give a shit about that guy in the fucking first place. So the prosecution would have to put a different kind of court case together, a lot of circumstantial evidence. They would be able to show the video of the actual incident happening, but they would have to probably blur out the firearm, and then the defense could say that could be anybody. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's my client. It looks like him, but how many people? They could bring out a variety of different pictures of people who look just like him, and they only need one person in a jury during a trial to believe that he is not guilty. If they can't come to a consensus of 12 jurors, the two things that could happen: it could be a mistrial and they would try again, or he would be found not guilty and then he would be protected under double jeopardy, which means he cannot be, charged with the same crime. However, he could be sued because civilly it doesn't matter what the judgment was in criminal court. But that's what's happening here in New York today. I'm sure there's more shit happening with Donald Trump, but I've been trying to avoid that shit because I'm tired of it. So do me a favor, take care of yourself, take care of each other. I'll see you in the next video.